Hello, today we're looking at Stitches, a spatial awareness puzzle that's all about connecting together the different regions of the grid using stitches or lines. We're playing on a square grid, split as you can see into different shaped regions. What we need to do to complete the puzzle is to connect each region to each other region with a stitch like this, for example. Each region needs to connect to each of its neighbours once. So if we took this region, for example, which I'm going to shade in pink, it means to connect to this region, which is a neighbour, and also to this region, which is another neighbour. Stitches can be made horizontally like this or vertically like this, but we cannot go diagonally like this. That's not allowed. And the numbers at the top and down the side of the puzzle tell us the total number of endpoints in each row or column. So if we look at this 3, for example, somewhere in this row we have a total of 3 stitch endpoints. That's the objective then. Let's have a look at how we go about solving puzzles like this. One of the first things I like to do on the puzzle, not really necessary on a simple one-style puzzle like this. This is a very easy puzzle just for demonstration purposes and to get to learn the puzzle. One of the things that can be handy is to colour in some of the regions. It just makes it easier to see which regions have been connected and which regions haven't been connected. And it's also easier for me to reference them as I'm talking to you. So I'm going to colour in some of the bigger regions now. Okay, now that makes it much easier to see some of the easy wings that you may come across. For example, straight off the bat, I can see that this green region here, which is a very big region and has several neighbours, there is only one possible place where we can make a stitch between the green region and the purple region. There's only one place they touch. So we know straight off the bat that we must have a stitch in here. So I'm going to draw that in now. We've got a similar situation going on down here with this white region, which touches the blue region to its side in only one place. So I'll draw that stitch in as well. And for now, those are the only forced placements that I can see on the board. Every other Maybury region has multiple points of connection. For example, this one cell region here, if only has one neighbour, it's a green neighbour, but we could connect up here, across here or down here. We don't know yet. Next thing I want to look at is extremes. We don't have any columns or rows labelled with a 0, which would mean no endpoints in that column or row, but we do have a couple of 7s, and as this is a 7x7 puzzle, that tells us that we have a stitch endpoint in every single cell, by row and column. So I'm going to draw those in, and I don't know where these endpoints are going to connect necessarily, but we know that they must exist. So I'll cross out those 7s, and also because we have a 1 here and we've been forced to put a stitch here, we know that we cannot have any other stitch endpoints in this row. So I'm going to block those out, and we've got the same thing happening down here. We now have 3 stitch endpoints in this row, which is a 3, so we can cross out the other cells down there. How does that help? Well, now that we've eliminated some cells, we can see, for example, that this region here needs to connect to its green neighbour. It could have connected up here or across here. That as we've eliminated this cell here, we know we have to make a connection up here. We have a similar situation going on here with the blue and green connection, which must use these 2 endpoints. The blue and white over there, the same. And indeed, the green and this single cell here must connect there. As I'm doing these, I'm keeping an eye on the column numbers at the top. We've got 1 point here and 3 here. We've got 4 endpoints here and 6 here. Well, it's a 7x7 puzzle. We've already eliminated 1 cell here. So we must have endpoints in the other 2 cells to reach a target of 6 endpoints. And exactly the same in this column of 6 here. We've already eliminated a cell here. So we must put endpoints in all the other cells to reach our target of 6. And while I'm at it, we can cross this one out because we have a endpoint here, so we can eliminate all of the rest of that column. That helps because now we know we have to put a stitch in here. It's the only place left for it. We still don't know if it's going that way or down here yet. Got 2 or 6s here, and as we have 2 eliminated cells here, we can do the same thing and put another stitch endpoints in, which we know must exist. That's a fairly straight run through to the end now. We've got the blue region, could have connected here, but that connection has already been made, so we'll only have one possible connection up here. So we can draw that in, like so. It completes this 4 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitch endpoints. That lets us complete this corner to here, now that we've eliminated this cell here. So we fill that one in. Going to come back and work across to the other side of the board. The only place that this corner cell can connect to is this down here. So we draw that in. The only place that this pinpoint can connect to is this yellow region. That's given us 1, 2, 3 endpoints there. So that column is done, and we can never note those cells, which means that we are obliged to go here to connect those together, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a term. This is the only place we can connect this white region with the purple one, meaning that this is now our connection between the red and white regions. And this must be a connection between the purple and red regions. Have that just leaves purple and yellow, which we can connect with these 2 endpoints, and yellow and green, which we can connect with these 2 endpoints, which I believe means that we've now finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and we don't really finished our 6. So that's it, we've completed the puzzle. Every region is connected to each of its labours with a single stitch, and we've respected all of the numbers, the clue numbers are on the top and down the side. So that is how you go about solving a simple stitches puzzle. Obviously they get much, much harder. Larger puzzles have missing clue numbers on the side to make it more difficult, and of course bigger moss falling regions that spread all over the puzzle, and fewer easy wins as well to help you get started. So it's a puzzle you can get really stuck into.
Hello, I'm Auntie. Don't forget you can get our Puzzle Weekly magazine delivered to you every Monday completely free. Visit the link to get your copy.